Most men treat a hug like a routine gesture, a quick hello, a polite goodbye, a brief moment that seems insignificant. They step in, hug quickly, pull away, and continue on without thinking twice. But what many men fail to realize is that a hug can be one of the most revealing moments in an interaction with a woman. In that brief physical contact, her body communicates how she feels, her comfort, her interest, her level of connection, and sometimes even attraction. The issue isn't that women hide these signals. The real problem is that most men don't know how to interpret them, so they miss what's right in front of them. They hug awkwardly, withdraw too fast, or hesitate because they don't understand the moment. Without realizing it, they send the wrong message back. They signal nervousness, uncertainty, and sometimes even disinterest when that isn't what they feel at all. This is where things begin to fall apart. Attraction doesn't depend only on what she shows. It also depends on how you respond. If your reaction doesn't match the moment, you can disrupt the connection without noticing it. In this video, we're going to break down 4 types of hugs women give and explain what each one truly means. Not just the obvious surface message, but what's happening underneath. You'll learn how to tell the difference between a friendly hug, a comfortable hug, and the kinds of hugs that suggest something deeper. More importantly, you'll discover how to respond in a way that keeps the moment natural instead of awkward. Once you understand this, you stop guessing, you stop overthinking, and start noticing what most men completely miss. After this, you'll never view a hug the same way again. Before we explore the different types of hugs, it's important to understand why this matters. On the surface, a hug seems simple, but in reality, it's one of the most honest forms of communication between two people. The reason is straightforward. People can control their words, but controlling body language is much harder. Words can be filtered, adjusted, or completely changed depending on the situation. Physical reactions, especially in close moments like a hug, are far more difficult to fake. That's why a hug often reveals more than conversation ever will. The duration of the hug, the placement of her arms, how close she gets, whether she pulls away quickly or lingers, all of these details communicate real emotion. These behaviors aren't random. They reflect how she truly feels in that moment. Research in human behavior shows that nonverbal communication carries a large portion of emotional expression, especially during close interactions. While you might be focused on what she says, her body is already giving you a clearer answer. This is where most men miss the signal. They focus on words and wait for something obvious to confirm interest. But attraction rarely appears that way. It shows up in small physical details that happen naturally when someone feels comfortable, connected, or intrigued. A hug removes distance and puts both people in the same space without distractions or conversation to hide behind. In that moment, her body responds based on how she feels, not what she chooses to say. Learning to read hugs gives you an advantage. You're no longer guessing, you're observing something real. Once you know what to look for, you begin to notice patterns most men overlook. A hug is never just a hug, it's a signal. The only question is whether you know how to read it. Now that you understand why hugs matter, let's talk about where most men go wrong. It's not